Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Before this video starts, I just want to say that I released an EP on SoundCloud and YouTube, so if you guys want to check it out, link in my description. I talked about this EP a little bit more in my last video, so go check it out, also link in the description. But yeah, check it out if you guys want to listen to it. I think it's pretty good. I put a lot of work into it. And yeah guys, let's get on to the video. Also, not claiming to be the best artist in the world, so get your greasy little fingers off the keyboard. I see you typing, man. Don't do that, In today's video, I'm gonna be going over 5 tips to make you a great musician. Now these tips stem from my past experience, my couple years of making music, so take this with a pinch of salt. This might not work for everyone. This is what I've learned, and yeah, let's get on to the video. Alright, so tip number 1, in my opinion, is the most important tip. I'm gonna give you the most important tip right off the bat. I don't want you guys to wait. I want you guys to hear this, and that tip is to make friends who make music. I was really lucky in the fact that I made a friend at school that made music and did YouTube and did graphic design, all that sort of stuff. The same stuff that I'm really passionate about and that I'm into. So I was really lucky, and I know not a lot of people are gonna be able to do that, especially now with Corona and all that stuff. It's really hard to meet people in real life. So in my opinion, the next best thing to do for this sort of stuff is to go onto Discord servers, like the Promoting Sounds Discord server, Hive Mind, any kind of like artists, underground artists, stuff like that. Their Discord servers will be really good for you guys to meet people who make music or make YouTube videos, stuff like that. And trust me guys, getting a friend who makes music or does the same thing you do in anything really is super duper important. It's really good to be able to call them on Discord or on the phone or FaceTime, whatever, and ask them a question. You can learn stuff together, all that sort of stuff. And my friend has taught me so much. How to tune your 808s, he taught me how to mix, what like EQs do, compressors, all that sort of stuff. He even made my banner in like 7th grade for YouTube. That's how I kind of met him. I asked on my Instagram story if anyone could make me a banner, and he replied and made me a banner, and that's how we built our connection. So that goes on to my next point, as to if you're trying to find a person who makes music or just whatever you want to do in your area, I highly suggest going onto your Instagram story or Snapchat story, whatever it is, Twitter story, I don't know, but asking them if they can help you with something, like making a banner, making a beat, mixing your vocals, stuff like that. In my opinion, I think this is a great way to establish connections with artists or graphic designers, whatever it is. And if it doesn't work out, you might at least find a friend just off of whatever you post. So it's a win-win. And if no one replies to you, then I don't know, I'm sorry. Alright, this is me the next day. That's why I'm wearing different clothes. Just wanted to say that. But yeah, tip number 2. Listen to as much music as possible. Now, I used to be one of those guys. You just listen to Lil Baby, Polo G, Lil Mosey, all that. I only listened to that sort of music for a long time. But I realized that making music, you want to listen to as much different styles of music as possible. So I started to get back into EDM, house music, stuff like that, and it really influenced my workflow and the music I kind of want to make in the future. And trust me guys, your creativity will go up 100% when you realize you can use all these different sort of sounds and blend the genres together. Instead of only making just trap music using the same trap drums, you can try to use EDM drums or EDM melodies and put trap drums under it. Just experiment with all the different types of sounds you want to make. Listen to as much different styles of music as possible. I made a video on the best ways to discover new types of music on my channel, so go check that out if you guys want to. I highly recommend listening to all sorts of different genres and styles, trying to find different styles of music you never listened to. Try to find new artists to take inspiration from. It'll make everything just better. And being able to do multiple genres will make you so much more sought out after than people who just make trap beats or EDM songs or whatever. You'll have the upper edge when it comes to working with people. You can work with so many more people. Your variety will be insane. And people will respect you a lot more for being able to do a whole variety of different things. So I definitely recommend stepping out of your comfort zone and doing a bunch of different genres and just experimenting with a bunch of different sounds. And just having fun with it is the main thing. Don't feel like you need to stick to a certain genre because it's the popular thing to do right now. Go crazy, experiment, do a bunch of weird stuff, and you'll learn a lot from this experience. Alright guys, so tip number 3 is mostly for the rappers and singers out there, but this could apply to producers or mixers or engineers or whatever. But For the singers, I suggest you learn how to make beats and how to mix and master your own song. I know a lot of singers and rappers who just know how to sing and rap, and they just have to rely on YouTube beats, or that they rely on some third-party mixing website, what service, whatever it is. But the reason that I suggest that you learn how to make beats and you learn how to mix and master your own songs is that these YouTube beats and these mixing services may not always be reliable, and they may not give you the sound that you exactly wanted. So being able to produce and do all that sort of stuff means that your creativity will spike to like 5,000,000%, and you'll be able to completely customize your song to how you wanted it to sound like, rather than spending like hours trying to find the perfect YouTube beat or whatever. And then most of the time, the good ones aren't even free for profit, so you can't even make money off them and all that sort of stuff. You can upload it to Spotify. And plus, in my opinion, it's just really fun making your own beat and recording over it. And you learn so much about music in that process. You learn about how producing works, you learn about how mixing and mastering, EQs, compressors, tuning 808s, all this sort of stuff. Stuff that I find really valuable, especially if you want to be like a big artist. I feel like you gotta know a little bit more than just how to sing. Also, when you're in the studio, if you know all about making a beat, it'll be easier to work with a producer or work with an engineer to better give them an idea of what kind of sound you're looking for. It'll be a lot easier if you know the technical terms or the musical terms, stuff like that. Alright guys, so for this next tip, I'm gonna keep it pretty short, and this also relates to my tip about making friends in the industry, and that is try to watch as much people make music as possible. It also helps if you watch a bunch of different people make music, because you get different perspectives and ideas, and you can get a bunch of different experiences watching different people make music. So try to do that if you can. The way I recommend you guys do this is you call someone on Discord who makes music, maybe someone who's at a higher skill level than you are, so you can learn a bunch. And you call them on Discord, have them screen share them making a beat or making a song, whatever it is. And trust me guys, you'll learn so much from this. I do this quite often with the friend I was talking about, and I've learned so much from them. Just screen sharing them making a beat, I've learned so much stuff about making music in general. And if you guys can't do that, then I highly recommend watching YouTube tutorials. There's so many out there, and they're really great resources. KBZ is one of my favorite ones if you guys want to watch just like one guy. But the Internet Money channel has a bunch of different tutorials from a bunch of different producers that are really good. And Nick Mira and a bunch of other people, but especially Nick Mira, he's like the most popular one. He streams making beats on Twitch, and I think that's a gold mine for learning stuff. You get to see how the producers think in real time. You guys get to see his thought process through it all. So I think Nick Mira is the best place to go, honestly, for tutorials. But like I said, KBZ, My, Internet Money, all that sort of stuff, Cody, they're really great YouTube tutorial producer people. I don't know. Okay, so this last tip isn't necessarily music based, but I think it's still really important. And that tip is to don't overwork yourself. Music and whatever you want to do should be fun. If this is a hobby, it should be fun. That should be the main thing. You shouldn't worry about being super great in like a couple months or a year. You should just be having fun, gradually progressing your skill level, and that should be it. I got into a pretty depressive state like a month or two ago, and I had to go through a lot of stuff to try to fix it. I may not be the best speaker on this subject, but what I do know is that overworking will only lead you to hating the stuff that you actually want to do. And I know how stressful it is being like 15, 16, 17, because I'm like almost 16, worrying about college and worrying if you can make it doing music or YouTube or whatever it is. But the thing is, you can't focus on that, because you have to focus on the present and just focus on having fun. That's the only way you'll actually be able to grow. If you're focused on rushing through learning how to do music theory or learning how to edit or something like that, then you won't have fun with it, and it'll feel like a chore rather than something that you actually enjoy doing. So I suggest, if you're in this constantly overworking yourself stage, is to take a day off and just get back into music, having fun. Don't worry about whatever it is you have to do, like uploading 10 videos in a week. Just focus on making one really good video, spend a long time on it, experiment with it, try a bunch of editing styles and stuff like that, and see how it goes. Same with music. Don't worry about making like 10 beats a day. Just make one good beat and just see how it goes, see if you still enjoy it. Chances are you really will, because you're not focusing on anything else other than the actual music. Make sure you take breaks whenever you feel like you're overworking yourself or you just don't like what you're doing. It could be an hour, it can be a day, it can be a week, whatever it is to make you fall back in love with music or YouTube, whatever it is. And this doesn't mean you just bin off whatever career you like doing. you do have to work hard in order to make it in anything you do. You gotta put the time in, be more creative than everyone else. But above all, you just have to have good music, good videos, whatever it is. You gotta market yourself well and make connections, and that's all it really takes. So please, if you're 15, 16, 17, worrying about, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to blow up before college, I don't want to pay for college, or whatever that is, like me, then just take a step back, focus on the things you actually like doing, learn a little bit each day, progress a little bit each day, and trust me, you'll get there eventually. Alright guys, so that is it for today's video. If you guys found any of these tips helpful, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, comment down below, hit the notification bell, all that sort of stuff. And also I want to say thank you guys so much for 600 subscribers. We just hit it as the time I'm recording this outro, so that's really crazy. Thank you guys so much, and thank you guys for still supporting that video. It has like 30,000 views, and it's really surprising. I did not think it would get that many views and I would get this many subs, so thank you guys so much for that. I cannot thank you enough. Let's try to hit 1,000 subscribers at the end of this year. That'll be amazing. That'd be amazing. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, Jaden Hollow out.